All right, I know it's an arm workout, and I promise in 1 minute and 43 seconds, we will be there. However, this is just the beginning of the workout. I do this either at my condo gym, just by myself. It's easy to get done with no one around, and I, attach it onto my cardio in the morning. Just wanted to do it here, show you guys a couple cool things. Everything I do for calves is straight leg. I don't really do a lot of seated with the bent knee stuff, but this is like that old school donkey calf raise machine. I love doing all the illegal workout training methods, drop sets, partials, rest pauses. I do all of that because it's not really a big range of motion. It's not a squat, it's not a bench press, it's not a pull-up, it's a calf raise. So I'm going to torture that little muscle as hard as I can, and 2 to 3 times a week, even 4 times a week. Arnold did them 7 times a week, whatever you got to do. But I like to do 2 exercises that are straight knee, and then something just to kind of, I don't like the word burn out, like I'm burning out my calves, but I do like doing kind of like a drop set just with my body weight. So after 5 sets on each of these, I like to just stand on whatever is available. It literally can just be the machine that I'm on, something that I can stand and balance and just finish off after all the weighted reps with, the machine or whatever, grab some body weight calf raises. And everything is in that 10 to 15, 20 rep range, to failure, past failure, all the intensifiers, everything. But anyways, we're going to get into some triceps and biceps. This video is I'm so proud of this one, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section.
Ow. That hurts.
Boys, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for tuning in to my ultra boring calf training segment. Now on to the fun stuff, which is tricep and bicep training. Just warming up here. This is my favorite grip for warming up. I don't know why. I saw CT Fletcher do it 6 years ago and I said, cool, you have big arms. I will do that also. The first movement, I'm gonna go overhead, my overhead extensions. With 2 arm days a week, I don't think, okay, I'm a big 4 workout a week person. However, if you have a lagging body part, I'd say I can justify a 5th workout as long as your recovery is cool and nothing conflicts. So for me, even though I really don't like training arms, they're so boring, I feel like I could fall asleep. I have to do them 2 times a week because my torso and my chest overpower, my traps, everything overpowers the size of my arms, I think, in my opinion. If you guys disagree, let me know, because then I won't feel so bad about myself. But I'm warming up my elbows on that, and we're gonna get into the good old overhead extension. The overhead extension, even though the Instagram bros and the experts online, they say there's no significant change in tricep growth doing triceps like this, doing triceps like this, or doing triceps like this. And I'm gonna say, hey person, just like last video, fuck the studies. I want you to go in the gym and I want you to do literally an entire, oh shoot, this is gonna be in the way of the camera. I'm passing over the lens of the camera. I know it, fuck. But I want you to do an entire chest workout where you are training your triceps overhead. And I want you to watch and feel what happens to you the next day and see how sore you are. That's called being your own study and not worrying about what some dude said on an Instagram reel. I want you to seriously be your own study. So here I am, big stretch. Oh. So as I'm warming up on this, just like benching, just like deadlifting, I'm not trying to get tired. I'm not trying to do anything to build muscle. I'm just getting my elbow good. Your elbows, I mean, dude, they're like your knees. They're not the most strong, sturdy, joint of all time. So good warm-ups are worth it for the knee-related exercise you do, like quad training, and your tricep training. I think the extra investment, a few minutes of just extra warm-up, compounded over several years, you'll really avoid, problems down the road. I think this is one of the best exercises for triceps, but It's one of those things where I think people refuse, not refuse, but they get scared of it because it's like on the ultra safe spectrum to like ultra risky. I think this exercise is like kind of in the middle. And I think people get worried that they're gonna hurt their elbows or they're gonna hurt their whatever. It's just proper warm up and do it often and practice it. This is like playing an instrument. If you just hop on your, pick an instrument, once or twice a month, you're gonna be super rusty, clunky, stiff. If you just train like this, kind of repetitively with good habits, you're gonna be in an awesome spot as time goes. I think when you're new to the gym, training on a lot of cables is cool, training a lot of machines is cool. You're gonna get a lot of good gains from it. And I think the people that really make those crazy gains in their first year of training is when they sort of establish a baseline in the gym. All right, cool, I know how to get a tricep pump. All right, cool, I know how to get sore from my back training. All right, I know how to get, sore hamstrings. I know how to like train now. I've gotten the feeling of soreness and I'm starting to see some results. And as soon as they get to that point, they mature and graduate to the big boy, the big boy workouts where you're grabbing a barbell, you're lifting actual iron. And so for me, this exercise made a lot of sense to me a long time ago because I thought, okay, my tricep, Ben Pekulski, man, I'm just like reminiscing. It's weird, this nostalgia that I get when I think of certain influencers that just to me disappeared and coaches and teachers who disappeared. Ben Pekulski was talking about your bicep being fully flexed is not here. Your bicep fully flexed is here. That's the most short position, the shortest distance you can create from origin to insertion with your bicep is this. That's peak bicep contraction. And your bicep fully lengthened is here. Now, the opposite, the inverse is true for your triceps. Your triceps fully contracted at the most shortened position, bringing origin and insertion as close to each other as you possibly can, is here. So think about it. When you do a cable kickback and you're like that, or a dumbbell kickback, by rep 2 or 3, you feel like your triceps that has the craziest contraction in the world. It's like, yeah, no shit, because your origin and insertion are so close to each other, you're back here. However, the inverse, like this is max bicep stretch, but max tricep contraction, opposite. This is peak bicep contraction, but this is max tricep stretch. And I thought, you know what? I see a ton of bodybuilders from the 2000s, 90s, the current day, when I was getting into lifting. Why wouldn't I be back here? I'm stretching my tricep and without even doing a rep, I'm already in a stretch position. And that's why, years ago, this is my little story of why I got into this exercise in the first place. The other thing with this one is I'm not ultra strict with I'm not making an arc like I would be on a cable where I'm gonna make an arc with my hands. My hands are going straight up to the ceiling. So look at my elbows. They flare out a little bit, which means I am getting a little bit of shoulder. Is that bad? Absolutely not. You wanna know why it's not bad? It's because you do exactly that on a bunch of other exercises. For example, when you train your quads and you squat, or when you do hack squats or pendulum squats, you think your glutes aren't involved? No, they're absolutely involved. They're involved way more than you think they are. But does that mean that the exercise is bad because there's weight distributed onto a muscle that you might not be targeting? No, the body is not isolated components. The body is a big system. And the big system has subsystems. And all I'm saying is for this, it's not about an arc where I'm making a U or a half a U shape with my hand. It's about pushing straight up and using the most tricep as I can as I'm pressing the weight up. I'm not shoulder pressing it. I'm still tricep pressing it, but there is an element of my delts involved. It might look like I'm crooked. It's just, I think it's just the seat. We're gonna go a little bit heavier. I do get wrist straps out for this. I don't know, I'm just attached to the wrist straps thing at a certain weight. So today was and is a 0 carb day. So my meals are basically eggs, protein powder, egg whites, protein powder, chicken, vegetables, ground beef, vegetables, protein powder. Again, that's pretty much it. It's pretty boring, pretty basic. However, I've been using a lot of vegetables, cherry tomatoes. I've been into the cherry tomatoes recently. I've been into the bell peppers. I've been into some mushrooms, and just, I guess, finding little vegetables. I don't know if this does anything. It feels cool. Like you're making the clip right. But I'm just finding little vegetables and little ways to spice up my boring protein-only meals. And the other thing that happens when you're dieting really hard and you start getting leaner towards that 10% mark and under is your elbows are just less, there's just less fluid, there's less protection. Your elbows just feel more brittle. Your knees too. Your joints in general might just feel a little brittle. So I'm not gonna go dumb heavy on this. I'm gonna keep my reps above 10, and I'm gonna have Megan push me past failure. If you don't have a spotter, go until you can't go anymore and put the weight down, and that's it. But the last thing you wanna do in a calorie environment where there's literally almost negligible amounts of muscle being built is push the weight on a single joint exercise like this and then have an elbow problem. Just bring the weight to 80%. I'm not saying bitch out. I'm not saying, take your squats. Like if you can still squat good weight, still squat good weight. If you can still barbell row, deadlift, press, whatever, good weight, still do it. I'm talking about single joint isolation exercises that literally all of the weight or a good amount of the weight is on a single joint. Maybe when your body fat levels get lower and lower, maybe it might be a good idea just to bring the weight down a touch, just to avoid crossing that threshold of, ooh, that was a little bit too much on a joint that's so almost deprived of cushion. This is why people take small doses of Deca, because it really coats your joints and it helps when you're in a diet phase or not. It just makes your joints feel really, really good. Also, growth hormone does kind of the same thing at a lot more cost than a vial of Deca. This guy behind me is hilarious. That's it, got it. That was good, felt good. All right, let's go for another set of this. Oh my God. One more. That's it. Wow. Ooh, 2 no carb days in a row, man. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. Trick with training with no carbs, don't even think about it. Just get in the gym, train as hard as you can. Don't go into it like, oh man, I feel bad for myself. I don't have carbs today, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. You gotta deplete. Here's the cycle. Deplete, eat, and repeat. So you deplete all week, or for some prolonged amount of time, could be 2-3 weeks. You're depleting your body, you're getting into a deficit. Your glycogen stores, your muscles are gonna look smaller and flatter and less life to them, less bubbliness, less roundness, less pump, less everything. It's everything you don't want. And then, guess what happens? Your body goes, oh, wait a second. I'm not getting enough energy. I gotta pull it from somewhere. What is fat? Fat is calories you ate from a long time ago. That's literally your fat cells in your body. It's weird to think about it like this. Fat cells in your body is food from the past few days, the past week, the past month. There's fat on some people's body that has been there for years from food they ate years ago. Isn't that weird to think about? That your calories that are left over that you don't use, they're stored somewhere. So fat is stored energy, whereas your blood glucose is like readily available. I'm ready to go. I can press a button and it's immediately delivered. Whereas fat cells, it's a big process to get there. So you have to get to the point that your body is starving itself, deprived of calories. And then the second thing that's gonna happen is after your muscles get flat and stringy, is your body goes, all right, cool, I gotta pull energy from somewhere. It's gonna pull from your fat cells. However, after a certain amount of time of depleting, you have to eat, you have to refeed, you have to do something that spikes your metabolism. I'm not gonna get into that right now in the middle of a workout, you know, what that looks like, how to do it and all that, but that's the cycle. And then you just repeat. Deplete for a prolonged amount of time, could be days, could be a couple weeks. You're gonna eat, AKA refeed, AKA treat meal, AKA whatever, high carb day, whatever you wanna call it. And then you're gonna just repeat, and that's it. And there are gonna be 0 carb days. It is what it is. It's part of the game of getting shredded. I've said this before, getting shredded and the process to get there, it's not about these 0 carb days and thinking, oh shoot, this is gonna be my life. In order to be shredded and look good all year, I have to eat 0 carbs. Like, no. Get shredded. Then once you're there, maintaining it is literally just eating at maintenance calories. But you have to get there first and establish that body fat percentage. You have to establish that insulin sensitivity. And once you establish it, you can chill there, and it's a lot easier to stay there than it is to get there. So just remember, getting to the shredded point is the hardest part. Staying there is 10 times easier. Your food's gonna come back up, you're gonna feel good and all these things. You're not gonna go into a big surplus because then you're just gonna undo all your progress, and why the hell would you do that? So 0 carb days, it's cool. Just get in the gym, do everything you can to have a good workout. Oh God. All right, that's good. That's 3 good sets of that. Remember, I got 2 of these arm days a week, not 1. So I'm not doing 45 minutes straight of triceps. I'm doing about half an hour, and then another half an hour on the other day. I wanna get into something now that I went up here. I wanna get into something here. So what I'm gonna do is pretty much stay right where I am. I'm basically gonna do, now, here's the key. I just did almost like a shoulder press looking tricep extension. I'm doing a tricep biased overhead thing is what I just did. Whatever way you wanna describe that. Now, I'm gonna go into something that I'm purposely trying to make an arc with my elbow. So I'm making an arc, okay? And then the last thing I'm gonna do is here, and I'm gonna do like a dips press. And that's my tricep session for today. 3 things, 1 thing here, 1 thing here, and 1 thing here. However, the difference between the first 2 is one of them is you're getting a little bit of shoulder involvement because you're coming up overhead. And this next one that I'm gonna do is purely arc. I'm making like a C or like a letter U. I decided to just grab the same easy bar I was just doing and throw the 10 kgs on there. If I was gonna take the same principle as the previous exercise, I would bring this bar to like my forehead and flare my elbows and almost press it straight up. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take the bar and lock my elbows straight up like I'm stacked now. The bar is not behind me, it's not in front of me, it's directly over my arms. This is effortless for me to hold this. And now all I'm gonna do is take the entire system, my whole arm, and I'm just gonna bring the whole thing back a couple inches. Now I can feel like I'm actually trying to hold this here, and from here, I'm just bending my elbows, and that's it. And the weight's going in an arc back to its original position. Not here, stacked. I'm trying to return it to this position where I'm actually putting effort in to hold the weight there. Making an arc. Not a press, making an arc. You don't need a lot of weight for this, because again, this should really be a true isolation exercise. There should not be a press. There should be no other muscles involved. And at lockout, it should not be easy to hold this. It should be really difficult to hold this because you're not stacked above your joints, you're behind. That's it. Not doing any big rest intervals on here. Keeping it chill. So that previous one I did was definitely more of a power move, power exercise. I'm using a couple of extra muscle groups. I'm getting a spot. I'm really trying to just fucking push this weight up. This one, I'm pretty locked in. I'm pretty textbook form on this one. So I'm not gonna be resting a ton of time. So maybe, 45 seconds and back into it. So here I am in the center. Arms are stacked, everything's straight up. I'm just gonna lock my arms straight. I'm gonna take the entire thing, go back a couple of inches. Now I feel a little tension on my tricep and a touch on my lat, which is totally cool. And then from here, bend the elbow, stretch the tricep, make an arc back to that position. Make an arc back to that position. Make an arc Jeez. Man, that's tough. Totally unrelated side note. Hope I'm still in the frame here. Spin this around. See this on my neck? How do you make collars of t-shirts not get all like that? You know? How do I make, I don't know how to do it. It's like this problem I have where all of my t-shirts, the collar will get all kind of squiggly and it like ruins my shirts. I'm not really sure what to do about it. Doesn't matter if I have a small shirt, more tight fitted shirt, or like a 3-4 XL type of shirt, they all do it. And I'm not really sure why. Is it the shirt? Is it me? I'm not sure if I have to, you know, out here in Thailand, man, no one really has a dryer. You put your stuff outside and it's dry for free in just a few hours. So I hang all my clothes on a clothes, like a rack, like a clothing line thing on our balcony. But man, I don't know how to get rid of this problem on literally all of my shirts. And I don't know if you can see, but this looks so silly. Like it's all loose, it's all squiggled. Anyways, if you guys have any advice for me on how to get rid of that, please let me know. I don't go super slow, but I don't go super fast. I want to feel it the whole way. I'm on one muscle. I'm literally trying to use nothing but my tricep. So if I go too fast, I might miss a portion of a rep. Even if it's 10 or 20% of the rep, I was just letting gravity take it. I want to let the tricep lower the weight and contract the weight. I can do one more of those. Feeling pretty good. I mean, I don't know how much I can really expect from cardio, low carbs, things like that, but my physique is, I mean, over the next few weeks, you know, you're gonna see really like little changes in the physique almost every video. You're gonna see little things different, a little cut here, a little cut there, a little vein here, and that's the best part about the dieting process, at least for me, is the last end of it. It's the hardest phase because you're dead at that point. However, you almost see stuff every day you see like a new thing. And it's so damn exciting, it's so motivating. But the hardest part is kind of getting past the middle phase. And the middle phase is you lost your initial few pounds, your strength in the gym, you just start seeing it not as crazy peaked as it was, you know, on your bulk, or even in the first few weeks of your diet. This middle phase of the dieting point is when you're not as full, you're not as pumped, you're not as big and bulky, you're not filling out your shirts, but you're also not lean. So you kind of have the worst of both worlds is that middle section of the diet. And now that I'm kind of past that and I'm onto that third stage where I'm seeing new things almost every day, every other day, man, it's so just rewarding and it's so exciting, and it's just stick to it, guys. Just stick to it. Hire somebody, hire me, just pay for the accountability even. Even if you know how to diet, you know how to do cardio, just pay someone for the accountability and the check-ins and holding you accountable and noticing things you might not notice. Shit. Trying my best to keep that arc. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm zoomed in, so my head's cut off, but I'm done with this. I'm gonna put this all back, and then from here, I'm gonna go into some press down, dippy type things. I just did chest, so it's almost kind of good to go into a dip exercise after just training chest, because you're gonna know exactly how not to do the exercise. Because you're gonna be like, damn, this kills my chest right now. And that'll tell you, hey, you're using too much chest on this. But I'm just gonna spend a few minutes on that and call it a day for the old triceps. So this thing is cool. I'm not, I guess, like the biggest fan of this company or this style. I think it says tricep dips on it. It's not super great for triceps, and it's honestly not super great for chest. You have to really sit a certain way to target that muscle. So don't give up on this style of equipment just after one try. But I'm gonna try to do some fancy camera work here. Fancy for me. I'm gonna do this, and then right behind you is a tricep press down. I'm just gonna flip the camera and superset these 3 sets, just going for it. No rest, just back and forth, back and forth. Damn, someone was stacking this thing. So it does this thing too. You know, you can do this. For me, way too close. I get almost like, this is a very strange sensation where these are really close, but this is too wide, too much chest for me. So I honestly just go like this, just one. So one's out and one's in. You have to sit a little off center, but I don't give a shit because I don't really care about where the seat is or where the back is. I'm concerned with where am I in relation to these arms, and I'm just pressing down. It's really hard to describe the sensation of not using your chest on a tricep press down, but I'm just thinking of straightening my elbow. I bend my elbow, straighten my elbow. Bend my elbow, straighten my elbow. The downside is that if I go here and I want full range of motion with my tricep and I want to really bring my hand up to my shoulder, it's impossible for me, just for me, I find it almost impossible basically to not get my chest involved. So I go about 80% range of motion because if I go the full 100, I have to open up my chest and I don't want to do that. So I go to the point that my chest is going to get into the exercise, and right now it's sore as shit from yesterday. So I'm just here to about here, 80%, right? Boom, 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 boom. Oh. So I got this thingy, pretty standard. Oh yeah, dude, awesome. No fucking pin. All right, I'm doing the Jay Cutler style where the cable's like next to my face and I'm here pressing down. I'm not doing this and making an arc. I'm going back to almost that first exercise principle where I'm pressing down. I'm not making an arc. I'm getting a little bit of shoulder involvement, but not enough that it's taking away from my triceps. I'm still getting really good tricep activation on this. Oh. 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 And back to good old machine dip thingies. Look at that little spinneroo. Bam. Another thing I don't know if this is best. I don't know if like this is best, you know, or if there's those other ones that I know you guys have seen, Sam Sulek videos on his arm days. His gym, he has the pad that goes like this, and then it almost gets like bigger right here, and you can press your, you know, put your hands like and press into the pad. With this one, this to me just doesn't feel as good as like a palm on the side. So try those, see which one you like better. Still getting a good contraction and good pump. I'm just trying to just lock out. I just want to lock the elbows out. Okay. Man, it's getting tough. Getting tough. Can't wait for the 0 carb leg days. That's what separates the men who get diced from the, I don't know, the men who don't. If you can get through some 0 carb leg and 0 carb back days with the cardio, what do I got for battery? 11 minutes, okay. All right, last one. And then buys. All right, one more. The pump almost shows up and then it disappears. As soon as I finish my last rep, the pump is like, all right, bye, see you later. See you next set, maybe. Okay, last one. Boom, 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 boom. I can't even do a rep. Oh, that's it. What I want to do for buys, I sort of have a similar philosophy as the triceps. I'm gonna do something where my biceps are lengthened, almost behind me, curling in an incline chair. So here's my back, here's my butt, and I'm curling with the dumbbells behind me to get a lengthened bicep position, a lengthened position as the start, as you know, the start of the rep. And then I wanna do something just, you know, as what's his name? Oh my God, what's his name? The horse cock guy. He's like, no pencil necks, we're just horse cock the weight up. I wanna do some curls where I'm just sort of just, you know, old school power curls, whatever you wanna call them, cheat curls. And then the third thing I wanna do, very strict, preacher curls on a bench, call it. So my favorite way to go about this exercise is on an L seat. The reason why I pick an L seat and not a seat that has like adjustable backs is because I personally wanna decide exactly where I wanna sit. So if I have an adjustable seat or whatever, that's cool. But what I like to do is sit here, and when I'm holding the dumbbells, I can just scoot myself forward as much as I want. I can exactly pick, almost like when I do rear delts, I get rid of the seat because I just want to stand where I feel like it's right. You know, so I'm gonna be sitting here, and all I want to do is when I have the dumbbell in my hand, I want to be able to just hold the dumbbells without even doing a rep and feel my bicep already stretched. So coming from a very vertical, like coming from sitting like this, I just want to scoot my butt forward a little bit. So I'm gonna be here, pretend I'm holding dumbbells, or let me just, whatever these are, 15s. I'm sitting vertically straight up. I'm just holding these with my hands. The only thing really I feel tension on is my forearms through my fingers, that's it. But I'm gonna scoot my butt forward. And now with my chest tall, remember, shoulder blades back, down. I'm not curling from here. I'm not doing curls like this. I'm doing curls like this. And right here, I already feel a stretch of my bicep. Should I alternate dumbbells or should I do one arm at a time? I mean, you decide. Or you can do what the internet guys say and go check the studies of other people. Or you can be your own study and go, when I do at the same time, I get this result. When I do alternating, I get this result. Maybe both. Maybe experiment, trial and error. So sitting vertically in the seat, scoot forward maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 inches, whatever. Chest is open and tall, good posture, scapular, shoulders retracted, depressed. From here, boom, boom. Another thing too, look at where I'm curling. Am I curling here? No. I am so externally rotated in my shoulders that for me to curl here is actually pretty uncomfortable. I want to follow what my body naturally does. So when I sit tall like this, see how the dumbbells kind of stick out? So I'm not curling so where I'm hitting my leg with the dumbbell. I'm almost curling out to the side like that. So like that. It's a very strict exercise, not any swinging, just perfect stretching and contracting. And just because you do this part and you go, wow, good rep, doesn't mean this from here to here is just free fall. I want to bring the weight up and I want to lower it with that bicep to here until I go, wow. Literally, I go, wow. Next one, ow. And then I go, wow. One more. My right arm is a touch weaker than my left. So what did I do there? Same as my right arm side raises. My first rep is with my right arm. And as soon as I can't get any more with my right arm, that's when the set's over. And at the end of the set, I started with this hand and my last rep was with this hand. So this arm got an extra rep every set. And that's gonna help me bring my muscle imbalances up. And I've, weirdly enough, maybe a week ago, I was doing a front double bicep just in my bathroom. And I was like, Are my arms the same size now? I felt like it finally caught up, but it took about 2 years of doing that to actually get them to be the same size, and I think I'm about there, which is good. As far as in the gym, I still notice like 90% my right arm to my left arm is as strong, but that's really close compared to where it was. All right, so what I'm gonna tell Megan right now, real quick, is I'm gonna tell her to scoot her butt forward a little bit. I'm gonna tell her to bring her chest really, really tall and open up her hands so her hands are like this at the bottom. Yeah, now curl from there. There we go, perfect. Perfect, perfect, just like that. Own it on the way down, don't just let it free fall. Perfect. Anyways, back to me. Back to the star of the show, which is me. I would say on a scale of like 1 to 10, I would give this pump like a good 5.5, 6. It's nothing crazy, it's there. You know, would I go back to the restaurant that I just rated a 5.5 out of 10? Probably not, or definitely not. Would I ever want this type of feeling in my arms forever? Absolutely not. It feels like I have nothing in there, but it's decent. It'll do. Question for you, if you have an answer in the comments that you would like to leave. I know people will, talk about bicep targeting the inside or the outside of your bicep head, and your biceps have obviously, let me see if I can even split, let me see if I can split my bicep on the mirror. It's hard to tell. Let me check if I can zoom in. Come on, camera, focus on my hand. You can kind of see where my bicep splits, right? You have an outer head and you have an inner head. The thing that I want to maybe venture as a possibility is, can you actually target the bottom of your bicep versus the top? And the reason why I say that is because when I do this exercise and when I do preacher curls on the machine, the one where you're like this, doing a preacher curl, I feel tons of contraction, pump, soreness the next day at the bottom here. Just above, here's my elbow crease, I feel a lot of soreness here. I don't feel a ton of bicep soreness up here from this particular exercise or from that preacher curl exercise. So I wonder if anyone else, if you guys feel that way too. And the one thing I want to maybe think about is, with my training, is maybe to get more soreness up top here on the upper part of my bicep, really towards the peak. Do I need to do more of the Lee Priest where you have the cables and you have both arms out in the cables and you're doing like those cable curls in the middle of the cable thing? I don't know, but I feel like all the bicep stuff I do is here. And I think that's why I get a lot of soreness kind of in the bottom of my bicep, and I don't get a lot of soreness up top. And I think maybe I need to, as these workouts go, maybe my other arm day, I'm gonna start doing exercise where my hands are, I'm doing a curl from up here. But anyways, those are my thoughts / do you guys feel the same way, that your biceps get sore kind of like at the bottom? And if that's common for you across multiple exercises, or if you've ever felt that sensation before yourself. Scoot forward, shoulders, hands, it's like a checklist. Start with your weaker arm. I want to be explosive and then lower it. Explosive and lower it. Explosive. I want to be intentional. I'm recording, right? You see a red dot flash? Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't even lift this. Just hits you like a wall, man. You're going, and then all of a sudden, crazy. I only lower the weight if my reps start to really fall off out of the range of reps that I'm going for. I never go for like 10. And if I get 9, it's like, oh, I have to lower the weight. Or if I get 11, it's like, it's too light. It's just a range. Anywhere 8 to 10, or maybe your rep range for a certain exercise is 12 to 15. Just pick a range. And if you get out of the range, then maybe adjust. All right, one more. One more. See, my left arm kind of just gets it up there pretty easily. My right arm struggles. All right, one more. Feels like a softball. Feels like not a softball. I'm small and frail now. Feels like just a little golf ball. Used to be a softball, then it deflated to a baseball, then a pool ball. What's in between golf ball and pool ball? Like a lacrosse ball? No, that's about the same size as a pool ball. Whatever's, yeah. Now it's just a little golf ball. That's all I got for a bicep now. It's just a cute little Titleist Pro V1 golf ball stuck in my arm. Oh my God, this kills. Jeez. I'm not done. Just resting a second. Doing the anti-science, doing what the studies say, the opposite. Don't do drop sets. Don't do partials. I can't even move it. All right, cool. Now for some cheat curls with a bar, straight bar. If it hurts your wrists, no problem. Just get an easy bar. Do whatever you gotta do. But the point of this next exercise is using B+, A- form, not textbook form, and you're gonna be using a weight you kinda can't curl without doing a little bit of a body language. And I'm not gonna defend myself as to why I think it's a good idea to do cheat curls and use momentum. Try them for yourself and see how they are. 3, 4 sets, maybe 5 sets of heavy-ish cheat curls, maybe in the 7 to 10 rep range, and just try it. Before you say they're bad, before you, oh, Arnold did that and he's old and outdated and what those guys did. Well, we have machines now, so the barbell cheat curl is like a flip phone. I have an iPhone. Don't get into that, just try it. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna do the fixed, the predetermined weight. So I'm gonna start with a 20 kg, and I personally like kind of an extra wide grip. So like here, shoulder width or just outside, my thighs or whatever, I go a touch wider. I don't know why, for me, it just feels really good. I love the straight bar for this, love straight bar. So this is actually really light. This is only about 44 pounds. This is just a barbell, basically the barbell weight. So that's not really even worth, I should just delete my entire channel for forcing you to watch that just now. Let's go to an actual weight, maybe a 30. And I try to keep the form as good as I can. And then eventually as the reps get harder, a little bit of this. See that right there? A little bit from here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. Oh. So that was 30 kg. Let's go up to a 35. All right, 35 kg. This is like 77 in pounds. Oh my God. Dude, I don't care what anyone says. That exercise will be a bicep builder for the entire existence of the human race. This exercise is awesome. If your wrists feel weird, it's cool. Get a easy bar, or get one of those fat grips. Do something. Because standing here with the weight by your side and just hauling it up is just awesome. I mean, it feels incredible. I can't believe I ditched this exercise for like 2 years straight. I literally didn't even do this. And I regret it because it's so good. But don't take my word for it. Just try it out. See if you like it. Freaking love this exercise. Just haul that shit up. No pencil neck, textbook shit. as I'm over here. This is like 77 pounds. I've seen Phil Heath do dumbbell curls with 70s. I've seen Phil Heath, dude, he literally had a 70 and a 70, and he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks at the camera and goes, I got this from Jay Cutler, left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, and then singles with the fucking 70. And then in that other video, I don't know if you guys have ever seen his like, you know, big, I think it was 2013, his Olympia prep. He did a lot of videos that year, I remember watching a lot of videos that year, particularly for me. And he had like an 80, and he's doing side races with an 80, with like a good crowd of people around him. Dude, he's laser focused in. It was the sickest thing ever. Like, that's why he was the champ for years. His mentality was just nuts. And yes, he was a big, high volume kind of trainer, but that motherfucker was strong as shit. He was so strong, and you didn't even really know it. He was kind of low-key about his strength. He wasn't like, you know, taking a calculator out for his leg press like Ronnie Coleman. He wasn't like that, but he was a strong dude. Last one with this weight. And then we're gonna do a nice little illegal ego lifting drop set. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Oh, Paul, your form. Oh, your form isn't perfect. Shut up. Try it. Just try it. Go for a set of 10 to 15. Give me 2/3 of your reps perfect, and then, you know, maybe, you know, 2/3, halfway, 3/4 of the way through the set, start getting a little bit of momentum. It's just a different sensation than a seated, very strict bicep curl, or a seated dumbbell curl, or a cable curl. It's just a whole different sensation of how it makes your biceps feel. Dude, I'm literally on a mission for like, not influencing like a fitness influencer. I'm on a mission to like influence and manipulate people's outlook on free weight training and how awesome it is. I'm not saying it's the best way, I'm just saying don't count it out. Don't just think it's outdated, or don't think it's like some nonsense that it used to be for the guys in the 80s and the 70s and the 90s. It's relevant today to grab a bar and go like this. All right, drop set. That's like 6-ish reps. Now my form's starting to break down, which is cool, because guess what? A little bit of momentum, and then I take it on the way down. It's like getting a spot on bench press. Someone else helps you on the way up, and then you lower the weight yourself. One more. Oh my God, I can't even bend my elbows. And I'm gonna drop to whatever this was, I think 30. It's not much of a difference. I'm not really sure how successful this drop set's gonna be with like only 10 pounds coming off. But fuck, this is tough. One more. Oh, okay. I don't have anything to say. All right, last thing for buys. We're gonna go over there. We're gonna sit down on a machine. We're gonna crank out a ton of reps, put a ton of blood into the biceps, get every single ounce milked out of them, and then cardio. So for this exercise, the thing that a lot of guys will do, I'm giving you guys secrets upon secrets and tips and tricks for days. Please apply them, and I really hope they help. This pad right here, you want your elbow here, and you want your armpit here. But as the weight gets hard and you go, oh, this is difficult now, a lot of people, a lot more than you would think, a lot of people, their whole arm comes up. So at the end of the rep, right when you're in those money reps, right when you're in the money reps, okay, elbow on the pad, right? Armpit on the pad. I have full contact. My whole tricep is on this pad. And then, okay, let's say this rep is really hard. What guys will do is they'll go like this, and then it gets hard, and then they lean back. And then look what happened. My elbow is off now. So I'm actually not even curling the weight. I'm just doing this. And I don't want to do that. So I want to make sure that as the set goes, this upper, you know, my armpit and my elbow and my entire tricep stay on the pad. You're in a fucking machine, okay? This isn't time to like be cool and impress people and whatever. This is lock your shit in, grab onto these handles, and let's say, oh, okay, the reps are hard now. That doesn't mean go like this and lift this up. I shouldn't be able to stick anything under here. I wanna be here on rep number 1, rep number 10, rep number 20, all look exactly like this. And as they get harder, if you have a spotter, take the spotter. That doesn't mean, oh, here's a spotter, let me sit back in the chair and bring the weight to me like this. If you don't have a spotter, you do your illegal partials until you're done. It's that simple. There should be absolutely no reason why, as the reps get hard, you're changing your form, or you're changing how you're even, you know, doing the exercise in the first place. These sleeves fit me really weird, so I'm kind of like trying to get comfortable here and maybe show off a touch of the bicep gains. Okay, starting to get hard, right? That doesn't mean I go like this. That doesn't mean I do that. It just means I'm here and I don't have a spot, so I go as many as I can. My reps get smaller and smaller and smaller, smaller. And that's it, and the set's over. Here's my trusty spotter, who I will utilize in the next one. All right, checklist: elbow on the pad, tricep fully on the pad, armpit on the pad. And that's it. And don't change that all the way through the whole set. Stretch, contract, stretch, contract. All right, ready? Help me. All the way up, help me get all the way up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All the way up. Let's go 2 more. All the way up. 1 more. That's it. Oh, damn. Even on the old no carb diet, not a no carb diet, it's a no carb day. Even on the no carb day, still feeling really good. Dude, she's got Skittles. Megan has the, stop, listen. Megan has the ultimate like appetite or metabolism or whatever. She can eat a couple bites of a snack and then like wrap it up, put it in the cabinet, and literally not even think about it for a week. If I had Skittles, I would eat all of them. The Oreos, she'll put Oreos in the cabinet, leave them there. Cookies, leave them there. Cheez-Its, what else? I mean, dude, it's nuts. I could never do that because I'm gonna eat the entire thing in one sitting, and then that's it. I don't have a like middle. It's either get it out of the house, I don't buy it, or I eat the entire package all in one shot. I don't know how people do it, where they keep snacks. What do you mean you have a bag of Doritos that's half eaten? That thing is gone as soon as I look at it. What are you talking about? Are you even doing weight on this?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was.
So you're gonna just tell me one?
Yeah. Okay, right now.
Yes.
Hit the wall. One more, make me work for it. One more, make me work, okay? Oh, like a... Oh, man. All right, quick little pose down. Alrighty, how we looking, boys? Damn, holy shoot. Okay, tripod, good job. Wow, that's a pretty nasty, pretty nasty one. Damn, that's no carbs. That is just not a single, I mean, I had some vegetables. Cool. This is veggie pump right here. That's a vegetable, straight veggies. One thing I was noticing is like, maybe like right here, I got a couple new cuts. I mean, dude, I'm still chunky. This is not lean, like to my standards of even being close to being lean. This is still a long way to go. A lot of cardio left to do. So decide what you guys want to do. You want to keep going back and forth, yo-yo dieting, you know, of committing to a bulk, committing to a diet, committing back to a bulk, not actually sticking to it, or you want to actually, you know, just follow through. By the way, that chest workout I did yesterday, all that incline, my chest is killing me. It hurts so bad right now. It's pretty nasty. Dude, this is literally only going to get more ridiculous. As you can see, my triceps get pretty striated, you know, decently, I guess, in the back there, but I'll still have all this love-handly fat here. So it's just, you just got to play with what you were given as genetics, and you just keep losing fat until it's all gone. So this is pretty sweet for, I don't really have much of a tricep pump, because that was trained so long ago that I'm all bicep pumps now. It starts getting really cool. You feel like crap, but it just is really, really, really rewarding, that last phase of dieting where you're feeling like crap, but you're looking freaking awesome. And all I can say is just stick with it. Stick with it. Commit to one of them. If you're sitting there going, oh man, I want to bulk, then just bulk, dude. Just bulk. Just do it. And then get it out of your system. Be disgusted with your overage of calories and your overage of body fat. And then go, you know what? It's time to diet. And then stick to that. It's okay. If you feel like you're at one point or another, don't feel bad about yourself because someone else is dieting for summer. This year in particular, I did not bulk. So I've only added maybe a few pounds of total scale weight of tissue and things like that. However, I've spent a longer portion of the year, a big percentage of the year, actually looking good and being at least happy with how I look and not being chunky. So there's a trade-off. You're gonna put on more muscle bulking and cutting, I think, overall after 12 months. But during those 12 months, 8 of them, you look like kind of crap, and you only look good for 4. So it's like, I'd rather look decent all 12 out of 12. And that's my approach now. Anyways, it's enough talking. I gotta do some cardio. As usual, guys, you already know, I'm gonna say thank you for spending your time watching my video. I really hope anything that I say, at least one little sentence I said, made an impact on your life. And if you can take your finger and tap the sub button and help me get to my 300 subscriber goal, I will personally thank you. I literally do all these videos because I enjoy teaching, I enjoy inspiring, I enjoy showing you guys that I was a skinny loser and I was able to build something pretty sweet. I think pretty decent for where I started. And I'm just motivating you guys to, you know, stick to your plan, hit your macros, hit your meals, hit your cardio, train hard in the gym, give everything you got to this, because I'm telling you, it's so rewarding. See you guys in the next video.